Subliminal perception, the processing of sensory information that occurs below the limen, that is, this level of conscious awareness. To study subliminal perception, researchers typically present with a word or photograph very quickly, usually 1/20th of a second. It is then followed by the stimulus with another stimulus pattern of dots or lines, which blocks out mental processing of subliminal stimulus. Participants cannot directly identify the content of the stimulus through investigation, though subliminal trigger its emotions by exposing participants to words related to anger. These people are hostile. Another study found that participants with words such as saint or church were less likely to cheat on a different task. Just because someone is subject to subliminal perception doesn't mean you will succumb to subliminal persuasion. Specific words or brands do not influence choices.
An article we read about subliminal messaging was, "What you expect is what you believe, but not necessarily what you get." A test of the effectiveness of subliminal self-help audio tapes. The study was 78 subjects ranging in ages from 18 to 60 years old participated in an experiment of effectiveness of subliminal self-help audio tapes. After pre-testing, subjects randomly received either a subliminal self-help tape designed to improve memory or increase self-esteem, and were told that they had received either a memory or self-esteem tape. After listening to the tape for 5 weeks in a home environment, subjects returned to the laboratory for memory and self-esteem tests. The results show that subliminal self-help tapes did not affect any of the performance measures in a manner consistent with manufacturing claims. Subjects who thought they had listened to self-esteem tapes were more likely to indicate that their self-esteem had improved, and subjects who thought that they had listened to a memory tape were more likely to indicate their memory had improved, regardless of actual subliminal content. Another study we read was the effectiveness of subliminal messaging in television commercials, 2 experiments. Subjects watched television commercials, monitoring them for a message, the words "choose this," presented at different levels of contrast with the background. Following each commercial, subjects rated their intention to respond positively to the commercial. In the experiment 1, neither detected nor undetected messages affected the ratings compared with no message control condition. In experiment 2, incentives produced higher ratings with detected messages. With undetected messages, the effect was statistically ambiguous and only 1/10 as large. In both experiments, commercials containing undetected messages were subsequently less likely to remember them than commercials with no messages.
For the research design of our project, we will have a sample group of 200 students who have volunteered in the Santa Clara University community. These students will get a $5 gift card for their time and involvement in the study. They will be randomly split into 4 different groups. 2 of these groups will not be told that there is a subliminal message in the video. The other 2 groups will merely be told that the video they are watching will have a paid promotion. Of the 2 groups who are told that there will be a paid promotion, only one will receive a subliminal message. Of the 2 groups who were not told there was a subliminal message, one will receive a subliminal message. The treatment group includes the group that has a video with the subliminal message. This gets the subject interested in the product in the advertisement. For example, if the ad is about Coke, the subliminal message might say "choose this" or "stay thirsty." The control group sees the same ad but without the subliminal message. The control groups and the treated groups will see the ad at different times or in different places in the video. These groups should not interact. The ad should be a part of a product that consumers are familiar with, but the ad in particular is one that they have not seen. After showing the ad, the group will take a break and allow the subjects to get snacks. The break will be approximately 5 minutes long so that the students are not tempted to socialize, but do have time to choose a Coke or water if they so choose. After the break, we are going to ask subjects questions how they felt about the ad to assess whether they feel negatively or positively about subliminal messaging.
Did you like the video?
Yes,
Did you see a message?
I did.
What was the message?
It was an advertisement.
Did the message affect what beverage you got?
It did.
Do you feel negatively or positively about subliminal messaging?
ever positively.
The independent variable in our study is whether or not the students chose Coke. The dependent variable is whether or not they saw the subliminal message. Our hypothesis is that we believe the placebo effect will have an effect on a person's choice to get a drink or not, but we also believe that the subliminal message will have a stronger effect on the person's choice. Our experiment would be a test of percents of both the control group and of the treated group. We would test whether there is a statistical difference in percentage of those who had a subliminal message and those who had not. We could also test to see if there is a difference in percentage of those who were told that there would be a subliminal message and those who were not told. This is what the bar graph shows. Another way we could get information is to run a regression of the effect of subliminal messaging on getting a Coke. This would allow us to add controls in for how positively or negatively the participant feels about the ad. These controls might be interesting to see, but they are not necessary. However, there are a few drawbacks to our study. Some of them include external validity. We may be generalizing by using only college students at Santa Clara University. That being said, we may want to make our sample sizes a little bit smaller. Another negative is that the students may talk about what they saw during the break, even though they are instructed not to. Lastly, the effect of treatment may be so small that the testing of placebo and the actual treatment may be difficult.